I do what I want. I do what I want. I do what I want. I really hope that works. We're about to find out. We really hope that works.
What's going on, everybody? I'm hoping that everyone got a chance to see all the fanciness that we have been working hard on.
Whoa! It's actually showing up. Look at that.
Shazam!
Woo!
What's happening, everybody? Thank you for stopping by. This is the Technically Speaking live show number 11. 11 straight. That's insane.
11 in a row. Some would call that a winning streak.
That would
not quite like the Cleveland Indians.
I was just gonna say it too. My name is Greg. To my left, on the upper side of mediocre.
Scott!
You're so ridiculous.
Do you want me to sing that song? I'll do it.
I know you will. At the top of your lungs. So you will blow out the audio just for the sake of annoying me. I know your commitment to the joke.
Yep.
Anyway, so this is the Technically Speaking live show. Each week, Scott and I get together and talk about the weeks happening in tech. And wow, what a week. It is. Bruh, there's been a ton of stuff happen this week.
Good and bad.
Good and bad. Like not to mention, like we're not even going to talk about other than just this particular moment right now. 3 hurricanes, a whole bunch of wildfires out west, a hurricane or an earthquake in Mexico, and nuclear weapons testing in North Korea. Like that's the big stuff. We're not even talking about that. Like that's all happened here pretty recently. So,
however, if you're in any of those places, please try to get out.
If you're in Florida, get out.
Get out.
If you're in the Keys, get out. Don't be stupid.
Get out.
What's going on, Preston? So, today's episode is brought to you by...
Oh, hang on. I got that too. Are you ready? This is crazy.
Whoa!
Crazy. I got to go to my reads, though. Professional. Today's episode is brought to you by the SHS Audio Department. SHS Audio Department focuses on live DJ, MC, events, podcasts, audiobook productions, voiceover work, music productions, licensing, multimedia services, and creative consulting. SHSAudioDepartment.com. Also, that you can kind of see on that bottom part of that page, bottom left, is the Vulgar Parenting Podcast, which is a weekly podcast hosted by Scotty Boombox that finds humor and sanity as a working parent. Got his crew, our president, your president, Miller, and life coach Chips, as well as some other guest appearances. So go out, check out the Vulgar Parenting Podcast at vulgarparentingpodcast.com or email them at vulgarparenting@gmail.com. Leave a 5-star rating on iTunes, because if you do, they will read it, whatever it says, every single time.
Verbatim, no matter what.
Every time.
Yeah. Which is...
That was a pro read, bro.
That's much better over weeks past. I mean, you figure...
Oh, man, that was like
started
pro.
To where we are now.
Whoa.
It's almost like we've done this more than once now.
I'm really intrigued. Look at that. Did you
so
see
good.
that? We're so impressed with ourselves right now.
Yeah, this is totally us just patting ourselves.
Oh, like, oh god, it was so cool.
For like a week's worth of some pretty gnarly work. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was... We actually put the work in for that, though.
Oh, you know how we did some of the work, too? Like, let's tease a future video, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You might notice this shiny little device here.
Hold on real quick.
You're such a jerk. Rockin', this is a 2017 MacBook Pro, which we will be doing a video on. That will probably be next week's video as a head-to-head comparison against the 2016
That is not
MacBook
next
Pro.
week's video.
That is not next week's video.
Oh, no, you know what next week's video is.
I think I do.
Really? We're making fun of it? Beefy Mario?
Yeah. Dude.
Do
you want to do that one first?
I don't know. That one's pretty dope.
So here's another quick tease. My wife found an NES Classic.
LOL.
On a website called Wish, or no, it's an app called Wish. There's $35.
Oh god, my phone's going. Cool. Oh god.
Hey. We're doing a thing here. Do you mind?
Let me get my text on.
Okay.
I didn't have.
No, it's fine.
I didn't. Okay.
We will all wait for you.
Hold
it's
on.
Fine.
It's fine.
No,
it's okay.
Cool. Yeah,
it's
okay.
Okay.
Anyway, she found a $35 NES Classic. She's like, "Hey, do you want it?" I'm like, "I don't think that's a real NES Classic." But yeah, sure. I mean, why not? So it came from China. It has 500 games on it.
It does.
Including some classic Nintendo games, which I'm sure those of us that grew up in the age of the Nintendo, I'm sure that you remember back in the days of playing your NES and playing Mario 10.
Mario 10.
Or Mortal Kombat 3, which was definitely on the Nintendo, for sure. It's... The games are so bad that it's I am looking forward to this review, if only just to be able to poop all over this thing. It's
going to be a funny review.
Hilariously bad.
So
yeah, we'll that one's coming out too.
So gonna flip the channel on its head again. As you probably noticed that the actual layout has changed.
Yeah,
and the layout's going to change yet again. Because we're going to go eventually to multi-camera angles. Now, we tested it, and it does work, but we didn't like the way that it looked. What?
Camera angles down here are a little bit hard to do, so we're still going to do it. We might do some multi-cam setup just to kind of play with it. So if you see it show up one week and you don't like it, don't be surprised if we don't either.
Yeah.
But definitely leave your feedback in the comment section below. We're interested in what people think of kind of the layout as it evolves, as the idea changes. What else? Oh, a nice fancy lower thirds down here.
Oh, yeah, it's a scrolling lower thirds.
Look,
it's at
So on the lower corner, you'll notice we have a newer lower thirds that's going to kind of scroll past all of our social media information, which we can do real quick. You can find me on Twitter. I am at Ominous Hominid, or we have our channel, which is at...
I don't know. Follow the lower thirds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Look at the lower thirds. Or him.
At Scott Peachy on the tweeters.
The
tweeters, and on IG, because that's what the kids say these days. At Scott Peachy 06. There is a Facebook. I believe it's The Tech Speaks.
Yep.
At the Book of Face. We're going to eventually start to do a live show on Facebook as well. We are really upping our game from a live show perspective.
Trying to.
We like this live stuff. All of you that have been in since day one following all of our stuff, you're going to see exponential curve of greatness. What? Did I just say that?
You did. That's a sales job right there.
No, we're trying to get it. We're trying to get better because obviously this is actually a lot of fun. This is but
yeah.
What should we do?
The ring lights thing. So ring lights are 50-50. They either work really really well depending on what your setup is, or they won't at all. The way that the studio is set up down here, ring lights aren't going to be close enough to us to really be able to make a difference. So yeah, lighting is always an issue. We're always trying to figure out. I wish I could take a picture of what. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a picture of the way that it looks like what we see right now. Oh wait, hang on. And I'm going to. So technically, all of you smile because you're all on the actual camera. Hey.
And go to my Instagram at Scott Peachy. 06 at Scott Peachy 06 and let me know what the hell. Hang on a second.
What the heck, fire?
So
I think our lower third stopped working.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You gonna need to fix that.
How do I fix that? Just do transition over to it again. Transition again.
Nope.
Fix it while I do this. Anyway, go to Scott Peachy 06 at Instagram, and that way you guys can actually see what it looks like when we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
What we see is nothing but bright light.
Yeah,
and
pretty
your
much.
guys' smiling faces. Anyway, we should probably get into what we're talking about.
Let's do it. We have a ton of stuff to talk about. There have been a lot of things happening, which we kind of briefly referenced.
Quick update from previous shows where we talked about if Disney did this thing, I would probably sign up for the service.
Yeah.
Disney came out this week and said, hey, we're going to just pull everything from Netflix. Because we knew that they would do that.
Yeah.
I had made my pitch and said, please don't make streaming a lot like cable. Please, God, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, they ended up doing that. Yep. So they're going to pull all of Star Wars, all of Marvel.
Starting in 2019.
Yeah. So preface this is 2019, pulling all of Marvel, all of Star Wars, all of Disney, and going to shove that into one particular package. Now, it all comes down to pricing.
Yeah.
That's a lot. If I can get every single Marvel movie, if I have all of the Marvel universe, I will binge watch that like bananas.
I predict that Disney is going to price this to move, because I think a lot of people are going to be mad about the fact that a lot of people have settled on like Netflix and Hulu, or Amazon Prime and Hulu, or something along those lines. Like a lot of people have settled on 2 streaming providers. For Disney to try and break into the game this late, I think they're really going to have some really attractive pricing just to be able to get the amount of people that they're going to want to see, that's going to help make up for the loss of revenue they're going to have from pulling other content off of Netflix.
Wait till they do it with ESPN. Maybe they're going to do a ESPN plus Disney plus Marvel plus all of this for $10 a month.
Yeah, I tell you,
I'm going to be shocked
now,
if that actually happens.
I'll tell you
though.
right now, if they do that, I'm in 100%.
I don't think it's going to be $10.
$10 is way too cheap.
No way. They're not going
way
to do
too cheap
$10.
for all of that. I mean, I would be happy if it was $10 for, and then here's the other thing too: $10 for the entire Disney catalog, the Marvel catalog, and the Star Wars catalog.
It's not going to happen.
I know, but I want access to it all and all at once. I don't want to do this rotation
the
of
vault.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull Beauty and the Beast from the vault. Yeah. Why? Because it can make me money right now.
Artificial,
we get it.
Artificial scarcity drives me insane. I get why they do it, but it drives me nuts.
Anyway.
So that's an update from a previous show.
Okay, so now
the real topics.
Amazon is looking for a second headquarters.
Oh, I'm excited.
Amazon is looking for a second headquarters, and we are on the show right now, live, unedited. We have not practiced this at all. We're going to tell you why. I can hear my MacBook just screaming from everything going on right now.
Yeah, well, you'll have that.
That is the second time I've ever heard that fan come on.
Seriously?
Second time ever.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, Amazon will come to Columbus, Ohio. They need to build their second headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. So, in the description of this video, you can go and follow along if you'd like. CBSnews.com, there's a whole... These cities are the contenders for it. Columbus is on the list.
Yep.
And we're going to tell you right now, with that list, exactly why all of the other ones are out, and Columbus is the winner. Okay, are you ready? Right now. On the fly, we're doing this.
So let me pull up the list too, so that way
pull up the list.
So
if you go down, play along, because I'm going to be right here in a second.
Yeah.
Just hold your horses. I'm going to be right. So let's just go ahead and knock out the ones that there is just no land for Amazon to purchase.
So top of the list.
So
like the
New York, Los Angeles, they're out. You're gone.
San Francisco.
You're dead to me. San Francisco, too much money. You're off the list. Dead to me. Can't happen. Okay? Got those out of the way.
Yeah.
Chicago is iffy. Really expensive real estate.
Yeah.
They don't want to put a lot into it unless they get really great tax breaks, but Chicago's not necessarily notorious for that. You're off the list, Chicago. Dead to me.
Well, and it's going to cost Jeff Bezos a lot more money to install bulletproof glass on all the... Yeah, I went there.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I went
really?
there.
Did you go there?
Yeah, I went there.
Really?
Yeah, I went there.
Okay.
I don't like Chicago.
I'm not a Chicago person. I do not like Chicago.
Not about
Dallas, Fort Worth. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see Dallas. Let's keep them on the short list for a little bit.
Not going to make a flood or hurricane joke.
I'm really proud of you, you terrible person.
I'm just saying.
Good Lord,
I'm just saying.
man.
Look, I'll
Lord.
make a joke about bulletproof glass, but
why don't you actually do a little bit of research and do a comparison of how much it costs to live in Columbus versus Dallas, Fort Worth? Why don't you do something useful? While I'm actually going to be realizing some potential here. Washington, Arlington, Alexandria. Still, real estate is a little bit more expensive in that space, and there's also not a lot of real estate. They're landlocked on the one side because of that thing called the ocean. So that is a bit of a problem, although they do have a really nice airport. I don't know why I said that.
You stumbled over the word
airport.
The place where they had the flying machines.
Look at these flying machines. They're super fancy. Whoo! Anyway, Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington, also on the short list. So currently have Dallas and Philadelphia on the short list. Atlanta actually is a really good spot. And
that's a strong contender.
And it's on the East Coast.
Yes.
So Atlanta is on that coast. Boston, hilariously not on that list. Can't be on that list. Have you ever been to Boston? There's
no
nothing to do in terms of movement.
Yeah.
You can go Nowhere.
Well, it's because it all used to be like horse trails and
Right.
stuff. Or
You
whatever.
can
Like,
go
this is
nowhere.
original
There is
settler
just
stuff.
not
Yeah,
enough
there's just no
room
space.
for the expansiveness that is where they want 50,000 employees from Amazon.
There's
just no way that,
it would be,
Boston can hold that.
I mean, the
Boston's
caveat.
dead to me.
I feel like the caveat to all of this is unless they're on the extreme outskirts of whatever. But I mean,
Still,
if you're
though,
on
you're
the extreme
landlocked.
outskirts of any of the first ones we talked about, like the New York, the Los Angeles, like it's still going to be crazy expensive.
Right, so they're off the list.
Crazy expensive.
Boston, San Francisco off the list. Minneapolis on the short list. San Diego, crazy expensive. Beautiful. The reason why he won't go West Coast is because they already are on the West Coast. He wants an East Coast presence. Therefore,
Well, we assume that.
oh no, I'm telling Jeff at this point.
Oh, okay.
this
is what you want, Jeff.
Is Jeff. I'm telling you what you want.
Real
Okay,
witches.
just let me get real with you.
Yeah.
San Diego off the list. Denver is
That's a strong contender.
great contender.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to go there because currently I don't know what Denver would do with all the money that they're making. So if they get a ton of money
Fact.
from Amazon,
Yeah.
I mean they're literally just swimming in money. So you know what? They're really nice, peaceful people in Denver. They're going to say,
I love Denver, man.
I appreciate it,
Gorgeous
Jeff, but
city.
you really need to go help another state because this whole marijuana thing is making us swim in cash.
That's
So
a fact.
I'm sure that they're just going to pass it off to somebody else. So let's just take Denver off that list because
Okay.
they're very good people.
Yeah.
They're good people in Denver.
Yeah, so Denver. So your point is that Denver's just going to voluntarily give up that cash.
That's
grab.
correct because they're good people.
You know, we've got enough money. We don't.
They're
need
good
any
people.
more. We don't
Anyway,
need more.
Baltimore off the list.
Yeah, just because
You can't because there's not a lot of movement from a land perspective.
Okay.
Charlotte actually is a really great area in terms of the expansive tech boom. Okay, got it?
Charlotte?
Boom. Charlotte's on the list. Portland, again, West Coast off the list. Pittsburgh.
I mean,
I'm going to get to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh already has a Google presence. I get it. They have
Yeah.
a Google presence in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
for
and
Pittsburgh to win, that would be a huge win for Pittsburgh.
That would be a great win for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They're on the short list. Kansas City, they can't even get Google Fiber right. They're off the list.
I was just gonna say, don't they have Google Fiber though?
Yeah, they can't get off the list. They're done.
Because they got Google Fiber, they're
No,
automatically
they
excluded.
can't get it right. Get it off the list.
What do you mean they can't get it right?
They keep messing it up.
Oh,
They may actually end up losing Google Fiber. And that's not really Kansas City's problem, but I don't.
well, also,
They're off the list anyway. I
Also,
don't care.
Google's not even doing Google Fiber anymore, which is a special
anyway.
level of annoying
Done
for
to
those
me.
of us that really wanted Google Fiber.
Yeah, so they're done to me. Austin, Round Rock. Austin is a problem because they have a lot of different big tech boom going on, but they've priced themselves out of the market because of that. Pow. Columbus, still on the short list.
Yep.
Obviously, San Jose, West
Yep.
Coast, Nashville. Nashville's a little bit of a problematic, but they're not as good as Columbus because I said so. Therefore, they're going to be on the list.
Nashville's smaller than
Milwaukee,
Columbus?
too cold.
just
Too cold.
period. Yeah.
It's too cold.
Yeah, well,
It's
and
too close to
cold. Totally bad for computers.
Well, duh. Raleigh, too close to the whole ocean thing.
No, see, I want Amazon to come to Columbus. I
I do
tell
too,
you,
yeah.
I can tell you that Raleigh is a strong contender. If the deciding factor comes down to we want something on the East Coast, Raleigh's strong because you have RTP, Research Triangle Park, which
Yeah,
is
they
home
do.
to major names in technology. Cisco, NetApp is there. I mean, there's a ton of big names that are in RTP. So that's a real strong contender.
One of the largest logistics spots for Amazon
Yeah.
is actually in Kentucky.
Okay.
So
Because of FedEx.
no, FedEx is in Memphis.
I thought. Oh no. You're right.
One of the places that a lot of
makes
things
that a strong contender then.
well, we're actually technically closer. Columbus is technically closer to the Kentucky logistics port.
Okay, fair.
And Columbus is also a really big logistical hub that a lot of people don't know about. Columbus is massively big in the logistics department, which is kind of Amazon's gig, besides social media. What you did there? I see
That
it.
took me
just
just
enough
to figure it out.
and just enough, right?
Now I want to punch you in the
Okay,
throat.
so and that's for the rest of the list. I'm just taking the rest of the list off because I don't want to read it.
Yeah, that's fair. Richmond, who cares? Hartford, Connecticut, meh.
Love all everybody that's there.
Rochester,
I just want Amazon and Columbus.
Yeah.
Here, there is a reason why Columbus, Ohio is known as the Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
They are doing tremendous things Flat Rock, Ohio. I agree. There's a ton of farm space up in Flat Rock. Tons. Lot of potential. Close to Detroit.
Here's
Close
the
to
thing.
Indianapolis.
Here's the thing. Real
Close.
talk. Okay. I'm going to humble brag a little bit. I know the mayor of Flat Rock.
Really?
I do. And I'm willing to bet that he would cut Jeff Bezos a heck of a deal on some farmland out there. I'm just saying.
Are you
I'm not
saying
I'm
he
just
would
saying.
give like hella tax breaks?
He would get some substantial tax breaks from the bustling metropolis that is Flat Rock.
Look it up. Flat Rock,
Bustling
Ohio,
metropolis.
folks. Look it up. Flat Rock, and you'll see that Amazon could put Flat Rock legitimately on the map. Literally
put Flat
on
Rock
the
on the
map.
map. Yes.
So,
Yes.
long story short, if I had to compare, Dallas has a population of 7.2 million people. Columbus has a population of somewhere around 2 million. Dallas has a lot already. Like, they have the Cowboys, they have the Stars, they have a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. They have enough stuff.
So, like, all of your arguments come down to, like, you got enough. Give it to somebody else.
Let's spread the wealth. At this point, Dallas is too much in the middle of the U.S.
Yeah.
Yep, I made that part of my argument. So we still need to go a little bit further east than the Mississippi.
I absolutely love that you, like...
I'm making this up as I go.
You literally are making it up.
I told you I was going to make it up on air.
And all of your arguments are like...
terrible.
Awful.
Awful
and
arguments.
No, barely any basis, in fact, just enough to be able to say, yeah, but, Columbus...
But Columbus is.
It's
not,
perfect.
Okay, so now that I've gotten to the point where Columbus is on the list, realistically, Toronto would be amazing.
So, well, and that's what I wanted to bring up. So there's a couple of comments in the comment section that are talking about cities that are not in the U.S. 100% agree. I believe there are several cities that are not in the U.S. that are also listed on the kind of, quote, short list for the Amazon second headquarters. The thing is, the Jeff Bezos is looking for a second headquarters for Amazon in North America. So obviously, like our list, the one that we happen to pull up that was CBS News or ABC News put together.
We're just talking about
it's
the US.
America-centric. So our international friends, we love you. I apologize. That's the list that we had. But
we're
Toronto,
basically... So the reason is that we're doing this
Toronto's
list...
a strong pull, though.
Yes.
Like, let's be real.
Toronto's
a strong...
beautiful town.
Yeah.
I love Toronto, but I'm making the case because I'm really, really, really want...
Ethan, please don't die. Ethan, he choked on a chip. He's too tired for this. He literally forgot to chew.
Whoops.
That, I'm not going to lie, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Please don't die.
Don't die. We want you to come back next week to watch us.
We're trying to keep the death rate for this live show
At zero.
At zero.
Yeah. I would love to see Amazon in Columbus. Ohio State, massive institution here in Columbus. Excuse me, but a lot of folks don't necessarily know that Columbus is home to a tremendous amount of Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies. Some of the ones we actually know really, really well. But I don't know. Like it really depends. We have a tremendous amount of land that they can move. They can go to the west side, the east side. They can really go a lot of different
West side's
directions.
expensive now, but yeah.
Well, but
I mean, what if you got that much money?
Right, if you get that much money, who cares?
They also have 2 data centers here too.
Exactly. So now we got a big logistics footprint from Amazon. We have a huge, we have that 1-day shipping or 1-day pickup that's also located in Columbus. Prime Now, thank you.
Yep.
We have the logistical piece where we get everything from Amazon in terms of shipping. We also have mega institution at Ohio State that is a huge engine that drives the company or that drives the state from an economic perspective.
Yeah.
The jobs are here. There's a lot of stuff that Amazon can work with. And I know, there's a suburb on the west side of Columbus that is Hilliard that gave a tremendous amount of tax breaks to get the data centers
Oh my God!
here.
Threw money at Amazon to get those things.
Amazon will get a big paycheck from Columbus to get them here. So I'm reaching out to Andrew Ginther, which is the mayor of Columbus, and Governor John Kasich. If you're seeing this, which you're not, okay. So people at Andrew Ginther at Gov Kasich, I think, on Twitter, tweet at them, leave them a link in our show, just to say that we called them out in the show, and say they're making a case, they're making your job easier.
Yeah,
Greg and Scott are making your job easier. Their arguments and their root cause analysis. Their arguments and analysis is bulletproof. You should go watch their live show. That is not going to happen.
That is for sure not going to happen. But, you know,
that's fun.
I love where your heart's at, though. To me, that's what matters. So,
anyway, come to Columbus, Jeff. I'll take you to Ohio State.
For sure, man.
I'll take you to Ohio State game.
What else we got? Google Topics?
No, let's wait for that one.
That one? Do you want to talk about the next one?
I want to talk about that.
So, unless you live under a rock, you may or may not have, and again, this is probably going to be fairly U.S. centric. I don't really know how global crediting agencies work, but Equifax, whoopsie, had 143 million records stolen, which includes things like names, birth dates, social security numbers, phone numbers, addresses, driver's license numbers in some cases, credit card numbers.
And so 209,000 credit cards were taken.
That is insane.
Roughly 44% of the population
of the U.S. Again, America-centric.
Yep. Root cause analysis, LOL. 44% of the U.S. population's data was whoopsied and taken.
Yeah.
Now, I have spoken to 3 people today that after they learned about this, they said that right after July 29th, which is the day of that data breach, just a few days after that, they got weird phone calls from their bank saying, hey, someone's trying to get credit in your name.
Yeah.
Are you aware of it? And they're going, no.
Right.
So
as most of us would do, like, hang on a second.
Right.
No.
So there's a lot of things that I'm going to provide you as a recommendation. So one of the things, if you go out to Ars Technica or if you go to consumer.ftc.gov, they will talk about the Equifax data breach. Do not sign up for their service for their free protection or free credit monitoring.
Why is that, Scott?
Well, so first, it's a credit monitoring service that they spun up, and they just lost my data.
Well, okay.
So
I have a comment about that, but I'm going to let you go. There's clarification to make on they lost the data.
Okay,
So,
I get that.
go on.
I get what you're saying but I'm not going to sign up for a service that they're like the hardcore sponsors of when they were supposed to be the custodian of my data, and they forgot to custodian it.
Okay. Again, there's clarification on
Let's go with it.
So, apparently, see what happened was,
Come on.
there's a third-party vendor that pretty much all crediting agencies give access to third parties via APIs or basically these kind of programming layers that people can talk to remote systems and say, hey, give me information on X, Y, and Z, right? So there's these third-party vendors that have access to the Equifax database, if you will, where they can run queries and pull data from people.
Okay.
What happened was that third-party vendor was compromised. But the fault still technically lies on Equifax because at no point in time did Equifax realize, boy, that's kind of weird that all at once this third-party vendor over here is just smashing the crap out of our database, just running query after query after query. So still there is a problem that Equifax has to answer, but the hack was not directly on Equifax.
Yeah.
It was compromise of a third party that led to breach of data.
So,
but that's still a problem.
Yeah.
That's still a major problem.
So in my regular life,
yeah.
In my regular job, this conversation comes up a lot about the interaction between third parties and the particular company. It still is the company's responsibility because you're still the custodian of that person's data. So regardless of who you give access to, it's still a problem that lies within the company. Now, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Equifax probably has contractual obligations from that other company that says if something happens, yes, they are also liable. So that other company, hopefully they're big, and I don't know if they are, they will be able to get some of the money back from that third-party vendor. But long story short, do not sign up for their service. Their service is much like if you do LifeLock or anything like that, it's kind of a subscription-based service where you get your first year free, but you have to give them a credit card number and then everything signs up. Now, they're not doing that on Equifax right now, but the minute that you sign up for that free monitoring service, you actually waive your right to litigation against Equifax. So don't do that. And the reason is because there are services out there. It's actually free to monitor your own credit. Most people just don't know how to do it. So Ars Technica and a ton of other sites. Lifehacker, I believe, has another one that you can come out and say, how do I monitor my own credit for free? You can put a hold on your credit. You can lock your credit down today by calling TransUnion, probably not Equifax, or Experian, and saying, hey, I need to make sure that this is locked down. And they will actually call you if you need to get credit. They will call you and you have to provide answers to certain questions and things like that. Because I locked mine down because I had my identity stolen earlier this year, way before all of this.
I had a credit card skimmed. Well, debit card skimmed. But, I mean, the reality is, like, this is basically the way of life that we have to deal with this now. Like, we are the ones that have to come up with strategies for mitigating this type of a threat because security is expensive.
Yeah.
And nobody really wants to do it. Consumers don't really want to deal with the inconvenience of adding additional security features in there. Like two-factor authentication has existed forever, but most people don't want to mess with it because it's inconvenient. And the flip side of that is companies that have the ability to implement security don't want to do it because it's too expensive. So it's a lose-lose situation, and then the rest of us are just kind of basically stuck with it. So
yeah, I mean, it really, really sucks.
It really does.
This is a really, 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 really big deal.
Yeah.
Monitor your credit. Go out to the credit agencies. The nice thing is the minute that you let one of the credit agencies know. Again, I wouldn't quite go with Experian or Equifax right now. I would go with Experian.
I would go
or
to them and say,
TransUnion.
lock it down. I don't want you guys doing anything to my credit report.
Right. They have to legally then say, hey, by the way, alert all three of the credit unions, and they will. You only have to do it once. Alert one, and they will alert across all three. Get out there. Go look some of the sites that I posted in the description. Go out there, look at it, monitor your credit. If you've gotten a call, if you've gotten weird stuff to happen, you get a free credit report every single year. Freecreditreport.com. Yep. If you haven't done it, go out and check. Ugh, what an awful thing.
It really does.
Man, because they can get you because
and they'll get you quick too.
A lot of the times, the stuff that they want you to validate is exactly what exactly what Experian is holding for you.
Yeah, which is hilarious to me. So it's like not conflict of interest, but like how is this information going to guarantee that you're talking to me and getting my authorization?
Speaking of conflict of interest, good segue. So 3 days. 3 days after July 29th, magically, 3 executives at Equifax sold a whole bunch of stock in the company.
Just random. I mean,
just randomly.
They had a bunch. They wanted to get rid of it. Hey, I got all this extra stock. I got plenty of money, right? I got plenty of money. I don't need it anymore.
So, fun story about that. Yeah, really?
I
had a fun story about that. It's like, I got all this stock, and what I was supposed to do with it.
Look at me with all this stock.
What am I doing with all this stock?
Yeah.
No.
Forget about it.
The idea is, typically, when you're an executive at that type of level, you have to file an SEC filing that says... SEC is the Security Exchange Commission,
Merca.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You have to say, I am going to go and sell this stock at this date.
Yep.
Typically, executives at that level schedule that.
Yes.
Because they'll get maybe some type of quarterly bonus or something like that where they go out and say, I want to get cash because I'm going to buy a yacht. I'm going to buy a yacht. I don't have a big enough boat. My boat's got to be bigger. So I don't have no 45-footer. I want a 65-footer. Whatever. So those 3 executives did not have a scheduled SEC filing.
No.
3 days
That's
after
weird.
a breach. But it's okay. Equifax came out. Did I say it?
It's Equifax.
It's Equifax. I always get that between Experian.
Yeah.
Equifax came out and said, those three guys didn't. You
could not be any more stereotypically.
I didn't mean it.
I know, but that's what makes it funny.
The 3 guys, they couldn't have known about the breach.
There's no way.
They couldn't have known about the breach.
Impossible.
It's impossible that they knew. It's okay. They were allowed to do it. I don't know if you know this. That is something that's called insider trading.
Yeah.
Very frowned upon.
Yeah, well...
Real frowned upon.
Real frowned upon to the point of being illegal.
Yep, that's called a white-collar crime. Y'all going to jail!
Couple of things. Brian in the comment section called out the fact that Equifax called him trying to sell him identity theft protection last week.
Don't do it. If I had to recommend one, LifeLock.
LifeLock is pretty good.
It's expensive. Yeah. It's $300 a year. I've had it, but man, is it worth it.
Yeah. He also said that CBC News says that the company also said that the information of an undisclosed number of people in Canada and the UK was also compromised. So this is not just an America-centric topic. This is globally reaching. All because of the inability to...
People watch our show.
Look at that.
Oh, it's Kat. Fun story.
Yeah.
Kathleen Banks, I actually was the officiant at her wedding last weekend.
Yes, indeed.
So, congratulations to Kathleen and Ian Banks.
And thanks for
getting
watching.
married. Thanks
Appreciate
for watching.
it, yeah.
You guys are married. So, sorry about the honeymoon thing, but we'll get to that later. I feel bad.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I felt terrible. But thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Congrats on the marriage. Thank you so much. This is, again, sorry folks that don't know us. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the officiant. It meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me. Yeah. So thank you. I almost teared up there.
Everyone else is getting like a real inside
inside track,
your life right now.
real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. When Kat was reading the vows and stuff, I had to look away because I almost started crying.
Really?
I did. I was like, I've got to read this script over and over again because if I don't, I'm gonna be bawling. No. Swear to God, it almost happened.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a big softie.
I am such a big softie. Anyway, what's next?
What do we got? We can do Google.
Do
you
want to do the game?
We can do
really
that,
into the game.
You really want to do the
I
game?
do want to do the game.
Okay, so this week we have a new game. Ian Banks.
Shout out, Ian Banks. Whoop!
Got you, fam. So this week, every week we typically do some type of game. I think last week we did not.
We did not. We were a mess last week.
Last week was a bad
mess.
week.
Oh, man.
So this week we're going to kind of switch it up. We have a new game that we're going to play. Scott and I love to argue.
Oh, yeah, and this one is
And
good.
we do it a lot. We do it a whole lot. So this week we're going to play Would You Rather. And the idea is that we're going to present.
I'm already sweating.
We're going to present the other person with one of two topics that they have to then figure out which side of the argument they're going to sit on and why. Because I think you should absolutely say why.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
This could get X-rated with one of the questions that I ask real quick.
Okay, you have my attention now.
Yeah,
Because I'm like,
real quick.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yep, okay.
All right, so how you want to do this?
You go first?
I'll go first. I'll
Does
just
you go first?
pick a random one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, look, let's start out with the classic, right?
Okay.
Would you rather
Would I rather?
fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
So one
horse-sized duck.
One
massive duck.
One big ass duck.
Massive duck.
Okay.
Or 100 duck-sized horses.
I'm gonna go with 100 duck-sized horses.
Why?
Because I can punt those things.
I was just thinking the
when
same thing. One horse-sized duck.
That's a big
that's
duck.
a big duck.
Dude, those things get angry.
Yes, they do.
No, I'm not messing with that. That big I ain't touching that. Do I really want to go with it? Oh, I'm going to go straight.
That's exactly what they
I'm going to go
sound
the
like,
X-rated one right now.
Go out the gate.
Okay, look right here. Ready?
Yep, got you.
Would you rather
Okay.
have a foot-long nose or a foot-long tongue?
A foot-long nose?
A foot-long nose or a foot-long tongue?
I would way rather have a foot-long tongue.
Why?
That is way easier to hide than a gigantic schnoz.
What are you going to... What you gonna do with that mouth?
What that mouth do?
What that mouth do?
First of all, I mean, just think of the time that you would save when you're sitting in the movie
you're
theater.
gonna go with this, huh?
In the movie. Look,
what are you doing?
I'm keeping it PG, man. Think of the time you would save while sitting in the movie theater and not having to take like a handful of popcorn. Like, just Yoshi and stuff up. Yeah. That's where I'm going with it. Totally makes sense.
I approve.
My wife would love me. There it is.
For the popcorn.
There it is.
Just for the popcorn.
Yeah, of course.
Get your popcorn ready. Okay, next question.
Okay. Would you rather be able to reverse one decision a day, one decision you make every day, or be able to stop time? I wish I could talk.
Could you start over because what?
Is the long tongue retractable? I feel like it has to be.
Well, I mean, where would you put it? That's a lot of tongue, man.
It is.
I mean, were you going to wrap it around?
Cleaning out a pudding cup.
Oh,
yes!
that is.
Yes, that's a good one. Man. That's a straight. I would be able to get all the pudding.
Oh,
All the pudding.
holy God.
Would you rather?
I want all the pudding.
Would you rather be able to reverse one decision you make every day, or be able to stop time for 10 seconds every day?
Oh, I would stop time.
For 10 seconds.
I would stop time for 10 seconds a day. Yeah, sometimes I make a bad decision, but
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's life. But
Yeah.
like if I could just pause
Yeah.
for 10 seconds, like, am I about to
Like to have an extra
like
10
to
seconds.
have it
to
like an
just
extra
think
10
about it.
seconds
Yeah.
to do something? Like, yeah, I would rather have the time. But I
Really?
can't really give a good reason why. Like, I wouldn't want to go back and make the decision, like, do I really want to run the stoplight?
Yeah.
Like, if I get crashed into, then yeah, I would definitely want to go back and rethink that decision. But if it's a situation where I can just, like, slide through for those 10 seconds, then, like, I could bebop. I can get through, like, 3 or 4 lights just weaving in and out of traffic.
I mean,
Let's be honest. We all thought he was going to say something else. You're right. That is exactly why I asked that question. It was a pudding cup.
y'all are dirty.
Yeah,
Dirty.
y'all need Jesus.
Yes, y'all need Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus.
All right, what do you got?
Hang on, I'm taking a drink real quick.
That's fine. We'll wait for you.
Would you rather look like a fish or smell like a fish?
Oh,
Would you rather look like a fish or smell like a fish?
I guess I would rather smell like a fish.
You would rather smell like a
I
fish.
would rather smell like a fish.
I don't know what a fish-looking human would look like, but you could be an infinity air.
No.
If you look like a fish, do you have the fish skills where you can breathe underwater? If you look like a fish,
it just says look.
It says look like a fish.
It just says look.
Is it one of those? Like,
Yes, like that. Yes.
I feel
Just
like
like that.
plastic surgery.
Thank
could
you for
get that.
demoing for the audience, by the way. I'm really sad for anybody who's listening to the audio only version of the show available on Podbean.
Yeah, that's
The
so
podcast.
about that. I'm 2 behind.
Professionals.
I am a professional.
Professionals.
Okay, so you said you would rather smell like a fish.
I'd rather smell like a fish
That's
because
disgusting.
I mean, I don't disagree with that, but name one bearded woman who's a millionaire.
A lot of them in the circus.
Not millionaires.
Well, I mean, it depends on how well you travel.
Name one person that was in the quote freak show on a circus that is a millionaire.
Jane.
You're making that up.
I did.
You absolutely
I
did.
made it all
Yeah.
up. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Next question.
I'd rather smell like a fish, which really sucks. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the most intelligent? Also, live or dead fish is a good call out.
Oh, like Ian said, Old Spice all day, day.
Yes.
Just bathing
Yes.
in.
Oh God.
It
yes.
smells like an Old Spice fish right now.
It smells like
is that?
whatever. It smells like an Old Spice factory because I would buy that stuff in 55-gallon drums. There's no way around it. Like how? Like I would dip myself in Old Spice every morning. Like, it's the only way to get past it.
Oh, what was the question? I've already forgotten.
All right. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the most intelligent?
I would take the funniest person hands down.
I would too.
Not
Without
even
question,
like
yeah.
not. I'm not intelligent as it is now. I mean, look, you guys watching the show.
Yeah.
Y'all know we're not intelligent.
pretty much.
So we try to be
We're
funny.
also not funny. I was gonna say we're not
trying
funny
to be
either.
funny.
So I feel like maybe that's where we can make an improvement.
Oh,
What do you got?
oh my God.
We got. I got another good one for you too.
Would you rather eat an entire stick of butter or send an embarrassing email to your entire company?
Oh. Is it real butter?
You got to eat a whole stick of butter.
Real butter.
It just says butter.
Okay. No.
You
not
need clarification? Not margarine.
Okay. If it's real
Butter.
butter, I'll do butter all day.
Instead of sending an email.
Yeah.
Really? I'd own the email.
Really?
Wouldn't even question it.
See, the funny part for me is like it's not like the embarrassing email thing.
I mean, what am I sending in an email?
And that's my thing. Is like I don't really care what's in the email, but a stick of butter, I like the taste of butter.
Oh, God. That's a whole stick of butter? You mean to tell me, like,
Are you going to videotape it and put it on YouTube?
well, that's how we make money.
Then for sure I'm eating a stick of butter.
Okay.
There's no value in email, but it's gross. It's for sure gross. You're talking to the same person. You're talking about the same person who actively wants to do the gallon milk challenge.
You can't do that.
Doesn't mean I don't want to.
Ethan, Scott, no, I just blurted out laughing when you said, y'all need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. Anyway, what's your next question?
Would you rather never get angry or never be anxious?
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Oh wow. I would rather definitely never be anxious.
Really? You would rather be angry than anxious?
I'm angry. I'm a very, like,
Yeah.
some would say you're a very angry person. Do you think I'm an angry person?
I don't think you're an angry person.
Do you think I'm an anxious person?
I think you have your moments in both.
Exactly.
And that's why that surprises me that you
Really?
answer one way or the other. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was a toss-up for me because I literally didn't know which one you would go with. I feel like anxiety
makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me angry. It makes me sad. It makes me weird.
Yeah.
Like, it just freaks me out.
Yeah.
I would much rather be
That's fair.
less.
All right.
Would you rather have free internet for life or free food for life?
Man, that's a tough one. So I automatically my mind starts picking that apart and going, well, I mean, let's talk about the internet. I mean, are you about to give me like 15 down and 1 up? Because
I give you the best, the fastest on the market, the fastest on the market. Like I can give you whatever city you live in, you get the fastest that you get. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit.
Will it always be the fastest?
Yeah, you will always have the fastest of whatever in that city. Like if you go to gigabit and then 5 gigabit, like you always get the fastest.
Or
free food for life. I mean, free food anywhere.
It has to be free food. It has to be free food for the monetary value alone. Because
I'm surprised by that.
Look, you're talking about somebody who would love to have the fastest internet, period, point blank, always.
Yeah.
Would love to. But the amount of money that I would save just on the free... This is how annoyingly practical I am. The amount of free food would offset the cost of internet easily.
No, real talk.
Easily.
Like 80% of the bill that we pay every month on a credit card is food.
Yeah.
Hands down, it's like either groceries or fast food or coffee or whatever. It's food. It is deemed as food. Stupid Tim Hortons gets me every single time. I love me some Tim Hortons.
I was not a big Tim Hortons fan until I started like really getting into black coffee, and now I get why people are like
Starbucks
sucks.
Like, it's bitter.
It's not good.
Oh my god,
it's really not good.
All right, what's your question?
All right,
you give me two. You're gonna give one more. I'm gonna give one more. I'm gonna do one more time. After
okay.
That.
Would you rather have an easy job working for someone else, or work for yourself but work incredibly hard?
That is very. I mean, so.
Yeah.
Do I make the same amount of money in both places? See, that matters. That matters.
It does matter.
Like, so if I have to work really, really hard, I'd rather work for myself. But am I making pennies on the dollar compared to working from somebody else and I work less? Then I'm going to take that other shot.
Yeah.
But if I'm making, like, let's just say theoretically, like, $50K in either spot, I'm taking the $50K where I work for myself. Hands down. Yeah. But if I make like $100K where I work for someone else, or only $50K, I'm taking the $100K.
You're taking the 100. You're taking the 100, the easy $100K versus the hard $50K.
Well, that's more money.
Yeah,
because then I could retire faster to do the $50K.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's just practical. Diet Mountain Dew for the win. What?
Yeah. Always. I specifically brought this one up because it reminds me of so we have day jobs.
Yeah.
We work hard for somebody else.
We do.
Our job is, we have different jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. It's not what I would call hard. There are challenges.
Yeah, our jobs are challenging.
It's not a hard job.
There are harder jobs out in the market.
For sure.
Yeah.
Whereas this that we do here, we work hard on this.
Yes, we do. There's a lot of hours that goes into this. A lot of hours of prep, a lot of hours of conversations. We are constantly
work.
Yeah,
all the graphics work is done by us. That's not hired out. We ain't rolling.
With the exception of my logo.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I paid someone for my logo.
So
and she's great. If y'all want to know who that person is, I will give you her contact information. Yeah. She is fabulous.
Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or read minds?
Read minds, no question. No question.
Interesting. It's huge strategic advantage.
Oh, yeah. You gain all strategic advantage.
Yeah.
I will gladly sit and coach all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. But if I can read everyone's mind... Now, hang on. Now I got to hang on. hang on.
Let me pump the brakes on that one.
Pump the brakes. do I block out the noise, or is it like Bruce Almighty where they're just blowing me up? Because if it's Bruce Almighty, they're blowing me up. I'm taking the other one just because I would blow my brains out.
Yeah, I mean, if you can control where you teleport to, I feel like you would have to control what minds you can read.
Fair. Okay, that's the case. So, like, if I have the opportunity to basically go, I'm going to peer into your mind right now, and then I'm going to do that. Like, mind reading is one of the greatest superpowers ever.
Teleportation has a lot of strong points, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's like, oh, hey, do you want to go to Tahiti? Sure.
Done. Yeah.
You can go.
Think of how much money you would save on travel. Like,
yeah,
I could
I'm not a traveler, though.
But that's the thing. Like, you don't have to be a traveler.
You could live wherever you want. Like, oh,
you wouldn't have to be a traveler. Like,
I could go live in Montana, but work at Google.
Yeah. Done.
I could do that.
That's pretty strong.
Right. Or I could
opens you up globally to where you could work. Like, you could live someplace where it's just ultra cheap to live.
But
you could live in a third world country.
You would be the greatest salesperson in the history of ever.
Yeah.
If you could read minds, you could do anything.
But if you could teleport and live someplace cheap, and then also get to anywhere you wanted to be instantaneously, you would save a bunch of money. Like, you wouldn't even have to work as
Suddenly, I want to play Terrible Superpowers. I heard about this game.
Yes.
Terrible Superpowers.
That is coming. I'm telling you right now. You start collecting ideas. The Terrible Superpowers game is coming to this show. I want to do it so bad. I almost had you talked into
you
it.
Almost did.
Other than not having a bunch saved up.
We had the whole like, oh, you have a superpower of flying, but you can only fly 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
That would be an awful superpower. It's like driving a car.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna fly? You can't fly over a building.
My favorite caveat was you can fly only 3 feet off the ground, and you have to make airplane noises. Like, it just makes me laugh.
I would do it. I wouldn't even care.
You would?
Would you rather only have access to YouTube on the internet, or only have access to games on the internet?
Games, without
what?
question. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that surprises me.
Yeah.
I'd rather do YouTube.
I
can learn so much stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
In case the world ends, because evidently that's the direction we're going. I have
this week. By the end of the week, it's over.
I have
over.
So full disclosure, I have binge watched.
Yeah.
There's a guy that does like primitive.
Primitive technology.
Oh
Isn't
my god,
awesome?
That's crazy! If you're out there, Primitive Technologies, go out on YouTube.
Channel. Yeah.
Primitive Technologies. The dude builds basically a city with mud.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
And if you watch the videos in chronological order, you get to basically see the
city.
He's building technology. Like, he starts with nothing and goes to the point where he has more
than nothing, but he has he has a bed that's heated.
Yeah.
Like, he has a floor. Now, granted, it's a mud floor. It's a mud floor that's heated.
Yeah.
With the fire that he started by hand.
Yep.
But it's all like piped through.
Yep.
The man is a genius.
Absolutely brilliant.
Genius. I feel like if the world, if I have access to YouTube, I can figure out how to live forever.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Okay. Okay. I'm excited. Wait.
So Mr. Nate Root says he's excited to announce the booking of one of the stars of Technically Speaking for speaking engagement on the agenda. Meet and greet with the community leaders, followed by luncheon. I am doing that tomorrow.
Wow, good for you. Yeah. Why don't you reach out in the community?
I am. It's just a way that I like to give back. You know what I mean?
Are you going to work with the mayor while you're up there and try to get Amazon up there?
I am going to have a meet and greet with the mayor. We're going to discuss bringing Amazon to the great city of Flat Rock, Ohio.
Love it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Would you rather have an iPod fitted in your mind and listen to any music of your choice anytime?
But you're going to have a strong follow-up for this one.
Or would you rather watch your dreams alive on television?
Watch my dreams?
Your dreams on TV.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either.
I will take the iPad the iPod
every
10 times
single
out of 10.
Give me music
10 times out of 10.
anytime I want. If I could just think of a song, which normally I do anyway.
You are...
Never gonna give you
I was going to say, you are like a walking jukebox, because you will break out into song and dance at any given time.
Hey, Katie.
By the way, Mr. Nate Root says that he would like to have both stars visit the community in the future.
Work with my agent. Work with my agent. All right, we got to get back on topic.
God, you're
okay,
ridiculous.
so we have one more topic. Yes. Yes.
One.
How long have we been going at this point?
We don't even care. You want to do the Google stuff or the big one?
It says we've been going 30 minutes, which
Yeah, we've
I
been
know
going
that
way more than that.
is not true.
It is.
It's in almost an hour.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's 8:30. So Eastern, sorry, American
My
time.
face is red right now. That light is blowing me up right now.
Yeah.
Woo!
You want to do Google topics or iPhone?
I got a hot take on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Got a hot take on the iPhone. I had a hot take last week where everybody was like, "What? I can't believe it!" Rah!
Well, yeah, because your hot take was that you would choose, like, if you broke your phone right now, you would
buy an
iPhone.
Yeah, but you guys were like, "Oh God, he's an Android guy."
You are the Google guy, and you said that you would buy an iPhone.
I would
think
buy.
about that.
I know. Okay.
That doesn't strike you as being strange.
I guess
I'm
no.
not saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess I didn't think it was that big a deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Like,
crazy.
I just shattered people's dreams.
You
I had
absolutely
people
did.
crying in the corner.
You absolutely did, because at that point you're not out of the Google verse, but you're down to
I'm
IoT
common folk.
stuff. Oh yeah, because you're down to IoT stuff after that. That's the rest of the Google verse that you live in. Physically, I'm saying.
Okay.
That doesn't strike, like, it just blows my mind. Like, you have been the Google go-getter. Say that 3 times fast.
Wow.
Right? That was out of nowhere too.
The
guy.
Google. It's like your Twitter name.
You've been the guy for Google for so long, though. It just
I agree.
really surprises me that you would go
I
with the
said if
iPhone.
it broke right now, but I also then followed it up and said if the Pixel XL2 was also out, I'm buying the Pixel XL2 every single time.
Fair. It
I'm
just surprised
telling
me that you wouldn't wait. You wouldn't wait it out for the Pixel X2.
Well, it depends. Like if I have a just destroyed phone and I have the ability, I'm telling you, the iPhone 8 is going to be great. The hot take: there's going to be 3 iPhones, 3 that are talked about on the 12th.
Yeah.
So on the 12th, excuse me, I have to burp. That was live. I did it. I didn't even care.
First burp
Didn't
on the
even
live show.
care.
Check that one off the bucket list.
3 iPhones. There's going to be an iPhone 7S, iPhone 7S Plus, and an iPhone 8. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now.
So the
It's
announcement,
not just
which is
one
happening
iPhone on the 12th. I'm telling
September
you,
12th.
I'm going to go on record and
Yeah.
say it's going to be 3.
Okay.
3.
That is an interesting take. So iPhone 7S,
I don't know why.
7S
I don't know why
Plus,
Apple
and
would
8.
do it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Because they have to catch up now, but they have to do something else because the what? So
it's fine, we'll wait.
Samsung,
Yeah.
the S8, and now the
Note
Note 8,
which is gorgeous.
which is awesome, and now
Absolutely
the LG V30,
Yep.
plus
Also
the
baller
other the other Google devices that
Yeah.
are going to be coming out after that. Android will dominate them. They have to get more devices on the market.
But do you think more devices is the answer? Because now you're unless the 7S and the 7S Plus are remarkably cheaper.
They're not going to be cheaper.
Okay, so then therein becomes the problem, because if it's an iPhone 8, by the way, Brian says, I heard they were calling it the iPhone X. I have
Which is
also
the
heard
iPhone
this
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the 10th anniversary.
I have also heard that same rumor.
I've heard that same
So
rumor
if the
too.
iPhone 8 is the iPhone X or iPhone 10.
Yeah, so there'll be 3 iPhones. It's going to be a iPhone 7S, iPhone 7S
Yeah.
Plus, and then what is the new iPhone,
Yeah.
the iPhone 8 or the iPhone X or whatever that thing is.
So I guess the thing with that is every rumor that we've heard so far is that the new iPhone is going to be $1,000 device.
Yeah, minimum
Minimum
$1,000.
device.
Probably going to be 64 gigs at 1,000. So 64 gigs at 1,000, 11 or 1,099, 1,100.
Yeah.
At 128,
128, yeah.
And then a 256. But I also heard that they're skipping the 128, going 64, 256, 512. And that 512 is
That's gonna be pricey.
$12.99.
Wow.
$1,299.
No, that's
13
$1,300 at that point.
$1,300.
That's
$1,300.
That's an expensive phone.
I'm telling you,
But-
right now.
But okay, so to your point, if
Right.
Apple is trying to play the game of we need to get more people into the Appleverse, I don't think they're going to do that by pricing one phone at significantly higher than what the current standard premium price is, releasing 2 more phones that are minor updates to existing hardware, and also not pricing them competitively to attract new buyers.
Well,
you have to get new people that are willing to spend money on a phone that isn't going to break the bank to get them interested into the Apple universe.
Yeah, but what if I can go spend $800 right now on an Android phone or an iPhone?
Yeah.
And I have whatever one of them, I'm going to spend the $800 anyway. But I'm definitely not going to spend the $1,200 on a new iPhone.
I get that.
A new iPhone 8. But if I can get everything that the iPhone 7 already has,
Okay.
and I can get that at a price point of $800, I'm going to choose that over an Android.
Now,
and they want that because of the data. The data. If they offer 3, the iPhone 7, the iPhone 7S, and the iPhone 7S Plus, and then the iPhone 10, 8, whatever we're calling it, they have a variety of iPhones for someone to choose from to get their data. Now, the iPhone 7 will go on sale, like all of that.
I get all that. That's good, great, and wonderful. But Android still has, if you want data, you need more people. If you want more people, you have to be price competitive.
Right.
And that advantage is very clearly in Android's favor.
Well, yeah, but
very clearly.
But it's not
because Android has cheaper phones.
Some of them, yes.
But it's still
the essential phones. Right, so the essential $700.
Look, there is definitely a premium market out there. There are definitely premium phones that are expensive.
Agreed.
I'm saying that Google has the advantage in the data space because of the fact that you can get El Cheapo Blue. You can get the blue Android phone.
Those are 2 different people.
Is it Android?
It's Android.
Are they collecting their data?
I agree with you.
So
but
Google still has the advantage on data.
They're going after 2 different two different arenas.
Markets.
Yeah, 2 different arenas.
And that's fair. But if Apple is
going
to be
high end.
But if Apple is going to be serious in the data space, they are going to have to get more data. More data, more people. More people means you have to be price competitive.
Well, that's what they did with the 5C. That's what they did with the iPhone 5C, but you got to remember.
But there's no 7C, is my point.
No. You're not going to have a 7C. I think Apple's going to get back to the roots of, okay, I want a high end on all my devices, with maybe the exception of the iPhone 7 being priced down to like a iPhone 6 Plus,
which is still not cheap.
No, you're probably looking at $700, but I would take a $700 iPhone 7 over a $700 essential phone.
Well, yeah, but you have the money for that. Again, my point is, like, if Apple wants to be competitive in the data space, they have to attract more people.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is at $700, if I can choose an iPhone 7 or an essential phone,
for sure,
I'm taking the iPhone 7.
I mean, if that's your only options.
Well, right, or I can spend $1,000 on a Note 8, or I can spend $900 on probably what will be the cost of the Google phone. I'm making that up. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But the idea is, the price of the high-end devices are getting really close, if not eclipsing the $1,000.
Yeah.
So if I can get an iPhone 7 for $700, I'm getting a person, plus I'm getting, like, the iPhone 7 is a gorgeous device.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It takes phenomenal photos, phenomenal videos. It's a great device. It's all going to depend on the price point. Like, Samsung has flat out said $1,000. Straight up $1,000. Like,
crazy,
look at the price. Look at the price points of the Note 8. I don't know if that's actually a fact. I'm gonna look it up. I think I'm right.
Actually insane. I mean, I'm
price.
at the point now where it's like, if you have a premium device and you're gonna charge me $1,000 for it, man, I would almost rather. I'd almost rather go back and have just an El Cheapo phone that is just basic enough to get by.
Really?
Yeah.
Right here, according to this, a Note 8. This is on Samsung's own website.
Yeah.
Note 8, 64 gig unlock Orchid Gray is $929.99.
It's gorgeous.
Straight up, it's a great, beautiful device. Yeah. So you got the Note 8 that is a great device. You got $1,000 in it after tax.
Yeah. Actually,
no question.
Let me rephrase my statement. It's not that I'm gonna get a cheaper phone. What I'm gonna do is stick with the phone that I got, run that thing into the ground, and wait for the new hotness that's out right now. There is nothing that is attractive to me from basically the generation of phone that I have moving forward. There's some minor features that are like, yeah, that'd be nice to have.
The Pixel?
Yeah, that would be nice to have. But there's nothing in there that is like, yeah, it's absolutely worth trading in my 6P, getting nothing for it, and then having to spend another $800 on a Pixel. The sole exception to that being maybe the free picture storage. That's it.
I'm
That's
telling you right now, that's it.
Point.
So here is a great point.
Yeah.
So this goes to the iPhone 8 Would you pay for a $1,000 iPhone 7S,
Yeah.
7, 8, whatever? That's 1.2. It's right, Brian. You're right. That is 1.2 million Canadian.
That's
It's
hysterical.
rupees. 1.2 million Canadian rupees.
Yes.
That's what it is. Would you buy a $1,000 iPhone if you knew that it was bundled with unlimited iCloud storage, unlimited Apple Music?
Boy, that's a tough one.
Now, the iCloud storage is really, really interesting because this goes basically, if this would to be true, which this is a Verge article that we read, like it would make sense to do that, and it would make a lot of sense to do that. It really would, because it would be taking the free photo storage that Google does and basically saying, forget that, I'm going to go straight against your drive, because iCloud is all the things.
Yeah.
It's your music, it's your podcasts, it's your photos, it's your documents, it's all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's directly challenging free unlimited storage Google Drive.
Well, it's a Me Too offering, but I would argue that
It's an enhanced Me Too offering.
totally agree. I mean, that's clearly a better offering. But again, this is Apple trying to keep up with Google shot for shot.
Yeah, that's a big shot for shot, though, because it basically says, okay, I see your photos.
Yeah.
I raise you Drive, and I raise your music subscription because you're... Now, this is just me. I'm making this up. If it is, in fact, a $900 Google device that comes with the same free photo storage that we got last year, or a $1,000 iPhone, but you get unlimited cloud storage and unlimited Apple Music.
Yeah.
So I pay right now $14 a month for Google Music.
Yep. So do I.
And so like I can rack up that $100 real quick, and I have that unlimited.
Yeah.
So that $100 difference, that is a big deal.
See, I don't think that the iCloud thing is as big of a deal as what you're thinking it is, because I mean the majority of stuff that people are going to back up is going to be pictures and documents, right?
You're right.
Documents are a drop in the bucket. Documents are effectively zero when it comes to mass storage, and especially at the scale that we're talking about with these players. Pictures, sure. I would argue that the amount of people that are going to load their iCloud drive up with gigs and terabytes worth of music and movies and stuff like that, probably pretty minimal.
Do you think that's the article? Say it again.
God. The number of people that are going to load their iCloud drive up worth of gigs and terabytes worth of music and movies, minimal.
I don't know if I would say minimal.
I don't think it's going to be that many people.
If I have automatic iCloud storage backed up, I can tell you that it's going to be more than minimal. I can give you 3 people right now that would utilize the crap out of the iPhone storage
for things other than pictures, documents.
No, it's pictures, documents, videos.
Again, videos that you shoot on your camera.
Yeah, videos. Yeah.
That is covered by Google, is it not?
On a Pixel.
Okay, but that's my point, is that the Apple offering is still shot for shot in line with Google, and they're saying that you get unlimited cloud storage, but the reality is
it's unlimited photos, not anything else.
For Google.
Yes.
Got that.
Yeah.
Apple says you get unlimited iCloud storage. Okay, that's pictures, documents, which we've already said are
minimal,
effectively
so just
zero,
take them out,
right? And then the number of people that are going to have physical digital MP3s or whatever that they're going to be uploading, or movies, it's going to be shot on the phone. Okay, that's going to be a chunk of space. Fine. So
that's a big chunk.
Agreed. But what I'm getting at is that it's not that much more storage that Apple's going to have to front versus Google. It's not a loss for Apple. It's not that much of an increase in feature set that Apple's offering versus Google.
I
it's
agree
more
with that.
Yes,
it is more, but at the idea of if a consumer thinks the way that I just spun it,
oh, for sure, yeah,
that's how they win.
Yeah.
The idea is, plus the rumor on the street saying that Apple's iPhone 8 or iPhone 10 or whatever the new one is called is going to be able to do 4K video at 60 frames a second. Those files are going to be huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And they've got to go somewhere.
No
so
doubt.
if you give me unlimited storage on the iCloud, which I'm reading through this article, it's not unlimited. It's 200 gigs, which is laughable.
Oh yeah, so
That's definitely no.
Pump the brakes on that one right now.
Like I'm telling you right now,
for sure.
According to this, proceeds on the presumption that Apple does indeed plan to throw in a year's worth of Apple Music.
Yeah.
And 200 gigs of iCloud space with the purchase of the priciest iPhone. I am
out.
I'm very not interested in that because I can tell you right now, Google's is unlimited, and I have straight up used it like whoa.
Yeah.
All the B-roll, I can't say all anymore. A lot of B-roll, more than 50% of the B-roll on all of my videos that I put out on Sunday.
Yeah.
Is shot on my Pixel XL.
Yeah.
Every single one. When I do
Not me.
Not me. Not you.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I shoot none of my B-roll on the 6P. None of it.
What do you shoot it on?
Combination of, usually I have access to a Canon.
Oh, the DSLR.
Whatever. Yeah, the DSLR. So.
Yeah. Or the Sony A6000.
Yeah.
Which I have started to use the Sony A6000 for not only in front of the camera, but also some B-roll stuff. Mostly because I'm
awesome
trying.
Camera, by the
it's
way.
a great camera, mostly because I'm trying to grow in terms of the health of the videos on Sundays. By the way, haven't even started to edit.
Seriously?
Haven't. Not even started to edit yet on Sunday. And I'm going to a Cleveland Indians game tomorrow, so I'm completely out of pocket tomorrow. Because Ohio State plays Oklahoma in the nighttime. Holla!
7:30 kick.
7:30 kick.
Yeah.
We will not be there.
I will not either.
You will be meeting with the mayor.
I'll have a meeting with the mayor.
Meeting with the mayor, and I will be... I don't know where I'm going to go.
Brian says that Google Play Music allows you to upload 50,000 of your own songs, MP3s, for free. For a while, he had his whole music collection on there.
Yep. I ended up getting a subscription because it's awesome.
I got a subscription, and then I went ahead and bumped it up to the family plan so that
that's what I did.
Wife and kids could also listen, and it is absolutely worth it.
Hands down.
I am beyond stunned that Apple is... I mean, that is a non-offering as far as I'm concerned. Like you're going to spend $1,000 on a phone, and you only get these things if you buy the most expensive phone. So that's $1,300.
Yeah.
And then you get a year of music, and you get 200 gigs worth of storage, which anybody who knows anything at all about computers, you can blow 200 gigs like that.
Yeah, so...
I have one file at home that I can eat up 200 gigs with right now.
And that's probably the biggest frustration, because with the Pixel, like if you're going to truly do 4K at 60 frames a second, a 4K video on my Pixel XL will utilize the entire space of the device within minutes.
Yeah.
It will just cripple the phone.
Yeah, it's just...
which, that's okay, but Apple do better. Like, do better. Look, I have tried to be 50-50. I have tried to play both sides.
Does that change your argument now? As far as you break your phone, are you still buying a new iPhone?
It depends.
Yeah.
It definitely lessens it.
Yeah,
for sure. It lessens it. Like the idea is that they should try to do better.
Yeah,
they should try to it's a Me Too offering. I get that, but do a Me Too better than Google.
Yeah.
If you want to try to usurp Google in the data perspective, do better.
Yeah.
2 years would have been better. I agree with
you.
I 100% agree with you, Brian. When you come out and say 2 years would have been better, it makes no sense to do it after a year.
Yeah.
No sense at all.
You're basically getting a demo, and Apple's hope is that you're going to get so invested in the service that you're then going to turn around and pay whatever the price is to be able to make use of either unlimited or more space. And that's
such a bummer.
That's
that actually
not a cool move.
That's such a that's such a weak move.
Yeah.
Your moves are weak. Your moves are weak. We're not fam anymore, Apple. We're not fam anymore.
Great video. What else you got? What else you want to do?
Would you rather have infinite battery life for your cell phone or infinite fuel for your car?
I have to go with fuel just because of money.
Would you rather forget your keys or forget your cell phone?
Whoa. Man, that's a hard one. I think I would rather forget my keys.
I would rather forget my keys. because I can jam out to music. I got
Yeah,
podcasts. I can keep myself occupied for whenever somebody brings my keys.
I was thinking that I could call somebody and say, "Hey, I
forgot my keys." Yeah, fair. Here you go. Last one before we wrap up the show.
Okay.
Would you rather eat everything you see or lick everything you see?
There is no good way out of this. The problem is, like, as soon as you bring that up, I'm looking around the room and just going, I
shut my eyes! I shut my eyes! I shut my eyes!
Yeah.
Like Event Horizon, where the guy just digs his eyes out.
Yeah. God, that movie still gives me the creeps. That's a creepy movie.
Creeps me out, man.
Yeah, that's still a disturbing movie.
Would you rather eat everything you see
So that doesn't
or lick it?
But it has to be food, though. It has to be
I
edible.
did not say that.
Okay, but that means I'm eating you because I'm looking at you right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's not happening.
You need Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Y'all need Jesus.
I guess that means I'm licking everything. So.
Oh,
that's so gross.
God, it's so
gross.
All right, do you have anything else?
If you have a time machine, would you rather go to the future or the past?
Oh. Wait, so if I go, like, do I mess up the whole, like, space-time continuum?
Let's suspend the laws of physics. If we have a time machine, we're suspending the laws of physics, right?
Fair.
So, you can go see the future, you can go live in the past.
I think I'd rather go in the past.
Really?
Yeah.
I am beyond shocked by that.
Yeah, really?
I am beyond shocked by that. You of all people, I'm very surprised by.
It would be hard, and so this is exactly where my mind went, right?
Yeah.
I want to see the future.
Yeah.
Like, from a technological perspective and all of that.
Absolutely.
What I'm afraid to see is what happens
the end of the world.
What happens to people that I really love.
Yeah.
What happens to them, and if, God forbid, something bad happened.
Yeah.
And then when I come back to the present time and they're still there,
yeah.
I know the end.
So if
I don't want that.
If I'm going to the future, I'm going into the future. I'm not going 10 years down the road. Like I'm going.
You're like 3,000 years.
Maybe not that far, but I'm going far enough ahead to where
you don't know your family.
For sure.
Okay.
I don't know them. They don't know me. There's probably. I mean, like, how much do you know about the average plains settler in the 1800s? You know what I mean? Like, the average family, there's no written history or anything like that. If you happen to be in that family and you study, whatever the study of genealogy or whatever. If you're a genealogy person, you might have that information about you.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
But, like, somebody mentioned a massive money-making machine.
True.
I can go back in the past and go, hey, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, right.
And like, hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
I really like your ideas.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Here, let me give you some seed money.
Let me give you a little bit of seed money. You take this.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yes.
I'm betting on everything.
Yeah. I get that, but then
you know what else I'm betting on?
I don't even like.
I'm
going to
go back to the past, and I'm going to go back in the past, and I'm going to bet all of the things that I have that Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my God! I did not even see that
McGregor out in less than 9.5 rounds.
No, he did knock him out.
At TKO.
That's a technical knockout. That is not a knockout.
That counted in Vegas. That counted in Vegas that he TKO'd him inside of 9.5. 9.5. I'm going to go ahead and just bet the farm on that.
You can, but you're not going to make very much money on it.
If I bet like $400,000 that he specifically would knock him out in the 10th, less than halfway through, I'm going to make a lot of money. That's really specific.
Oh, yeah. You're going to make...
Oh, I'm going to make money.
You're going to make money. I'm just saying, you're not going to be like quadruple your wealth. Brian says, don't go far, we're all toast in 4.5 billion years. That's provided we survive the week, given the number of just bananas things that are happening.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
If you're in Florida...
Get out.
Please get out. Please get someplace. Get someplace that's safe.
Yeah.
Get someplace that's safe. As for everybody else, thanks for joining our new and improved show. This was a dope show this week. This was
I had a good time.
I got to edit.
If you like what you saw, definitely leave a comment. Let us know if you have
Super
room for
chat
improvement.
money. I'm a flat
chat.
out ass. I don't even care.
Donate money because that
donate the monies. Actually, we thought about like if we just ask everybody for $1, what would that be like?
We would have
a lot of improvements.
We could buy ring lights.
We would have $8.
We would have $8. We sure could.
Woohoo!
So, yeah. Thanks for everybody stopping by. Appreciate it. Please, if you have not done so, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Those subscriptions, the liking, the sharing, those are just a part of how we are able to justify to other vendors as far as getting access to products and stuff like that. That helps us more than we can possibly describe to you. So,
It's true.
Really appreciate it.
We just crossed over 2,500 subscribers.
That is
Bananas.
insane. That is
13 months
way
ago.
far from where we started.
13 months ago, my channel was at 200.
Yeah.
200.
So just over a year.
Just over a year,
That's
we have grown.
Crazy.
What is that? 12 times? 12 times the amount? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
12
a
times
mathematician.
the amount. Yeah, but roughly 12 times.
Sure, let's go.
What's 12 times 2? It's 24. Add a couple zeros.
Sure.
Boom.
Done.
12 times.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. I don't know if it's right. If it's right, it's great. Words. I don't know what I'm talking about. I gotta do some editing.
Back in New Jersey again.
Anyway,
All
I'm
right.
gonna try this cool transition, and we're gonna say thanks.
Yeah, cool.
We're gonna transition, and hopefully everything ends.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
We'll
All
see
right.
you all next week.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Yep, see you.